Alright, greetings family. We back. Got a little public service announcement right here. This is something I've been wanting to talk about ever since I went through it. Like, this is health hop right here. Like, we holistic over here. We ain't gonna just be talking about fruits and vegetables and vitamins and herbs and shit. Like, we gotta deal with all of this because if you ever been in a concentration camp, then you already know that's not a healthy environment at all. If you want, you know, it's not nothing conducive. It's not conducive to mental or physical health. Period. Like, so if you've been through it, you already know that it's healthy to stay your ass up out of there. Even if you ain't, you already know that that ain't the place to be. Like, you don't nobody need to tell you that you don't want to go to jail. So, from my own experience, I want to give a quick tip. Very important. We can skip the paperwork. Like, we ain't talking about no de facto and colorable and pro se, and you don't even want to have to stand in front of the judge. Like, we need to stop stepping onto the courtroom to play their game. So let's just talk about how we can just prevent even being kidnapped, not arrested, but being kidnapped by these troops that have occupied our neighborhoods. But rule one, get straight to it. Don't talk to the police. I don't mean not. I ain't talking about snitching. We ain't even dealing with that. We already know. Let the exterminator deal with the rest. I'm talking about talking, period. And it's like you can get metaphysical with this if you listen. It's science in what I'm talking about. Like as I go into this. Now this is information I got at having a dialogue with the beast while they in the process of kidnapping me. Right. Let me tell y'all what's happening first. Give y'all the story. Walking through my neighborhood like I do daily, getting my sun, my fresh air. I might go sit at the little park we got, little playground, read my book, get back up, come back to the house. Daily routine. This day, for some reason this day, something told me to chill too. I don't know, that voice, that thing, my intuition, say to chill that day and do something else. It was something else I was going to do. But I said, no, I'm finna go on outside and get some sun right quick. Second guess myself. Went on out there, walking my regular routine. I'm walking a slightly different route though. I'm going the long way instead of going through the cuts like I normally do. Okay, another problem. Okay, but as I'm walking around back toward my crib, I see the police pulling in. Here come the Romans, rushing into the apartments. Now, as I'm walking, I saw a dude standing outside, but I ain't pay him no attention. I saw him standing out there on the phone, but it's a dude standing out there on the phone. I don't know him. He don't know me, so I kept on walking. The police went straight to him, so they came in the apartments and went straight to where he was at. Now, I'm going the opposite direction that they moving in. Anyway, they stopped, talked to him for a second. I'm slowing down a little bit, trying to see what is going on. It's like two or three cars. I'm like, damn, what's going on with dude? So being nosy, minding somebody else's business, I'm slowing down, trying to look and still walking. As I do that, while I'm doing that, they turn around. They had a brief dialogue with this dude. They come back up to where I'm at and stop. They all stopping and jumping out the cars. One of them asking, "Can he talk to me? Can he talk to me for a minute?" Okay, here we go. Now we get into the story. At that moment, that was when I was supposed to be like, "No, you can't talk to me," or not even acknowledge that nigga. Period. Which was a cracker. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They all the same. Once you put on that uniform, I don't care which color you are. That shit don't matter to me. But that what I'm talking about. Don't talk to the police. Now this is what I'm telling you what happened to me after I talked to him. Like after I didn't do that. I fucked up and didn't do that part. I stopped trying to be cooperative. Like in my mind, I'm like I said, I know I'm on my way to my house. I live in these apartments. I never thought that nothing was gonna happen to me. I knew they wasn't gonna arrest me. I ain't did nothing. So I'm stopped and talked to them. And in my mind, I'm not thinking that I'm not even going through whether it's an option or not, which I don't know. I didn't know that that was a law. Like that's your right. That you don't have to talk to them, period. Not in that situation. Now when you just on foot walking through your apartment, like it's certain situations where they can stop you and they can talk to you. But that wasn't one of them. Okay, so you gotta know your rights. See, I didn't know this, so I learned something. So I ain't mad about none of this. This is a great learning situation for me. I learned a lot. Anyway, we're gonna get into that. So anyway, they stopped me, start questioning me. I gave them, I told them my name was Atenotep. They run Atenotep, and that's not my name, according to them in the system, because it ain't my name in the system. I didn't even think they was gonna run my name. I didn't think they was gonna ask me for no more information. I didn't think they was gonna ask me for any information besides do you stay out here. Once I told them I already stayed here, gave them the address. Like I didn't think there was nothing else I had to do. But like I said, trying to be cooperative, I shot him that name because that's the name I use. That's my name. I don't go by my slave name or government name or whatever name on file or record. That ain't the name I use. That ain't the name I gave them. So anyway, they charged me with that. They ran that name and came up that that name exists. So I ended up telling them, no, that's not this is the other name, which they forced me to give them my other name. Put me in the back of the car, threatened to tase me and all this until I gave them the information they wanted. But that was besides the fact. The mistake was mine in the first place because I agreed to talk to him. See, I had a dialogue with one of the crackers in the back. While I'm in the back seat handcuffed, he talking shit to me. Why you just didn't give us your name? Why you just didn't say? Why you just? And I'm talking shit back to him like, why are y'all harassing me? Why are y'all out here just randomly profiling people and do? Y'all don't know. You can't fuck with anybody like that. I'm not no average nigga. Like I'm gonna, I'm threatening to sue them and all type of shit. And like I say, according to them legally, I'm guilty because that's what I did. They charged me with giving a false name. So according to their rules and regulations, that's what I did. But I know I got the right to call myself whatever the fuck I want. So I knew I hadn't done nothing wrong, and I stood by that. And you know, I wanted to go to trial. Like I was ready to get a jury just to hear the story. I just wanted them to hear what they did. Like they had violated so many of my rights. Like I really, I had a great case, but I ain't even press it. I mean, I tried to press it, but they dismissed it. I didn't get a chance to present the information. But since I didn't, for all y'all listening, go look up common law name change. You don't have to go get no paperwork and no permission from them to call yourself what you want to. Think about this. Did you decide what your original name is? The name you were born with. Did you pick it? You didn't choose that name. So how can somebody tell you that you gotta go by it or that you gotta ask somebody to change it? You didn't ask for it. It was given to you. That's forced upon you. So once you become your own person, you got the right to call yourself what you want. And see, I already knew that before I even knew the law. See, the getting locked up just made me come out and find out all this stuff that was already in me. Like I already knew. I ain't had to go file no paperwork for nothing. And I wasn't gonna try to do none of that. I wasn't gonna never go try to get my name legally changed. But by who has the authority to tell me I can call myself that? Some cracker? I'll never stand in front of them and ask them, may I say my name is such and such now, sir? Massa? No, fuck that. And that's what I wanted the jury to hear. Now, I wasn't going to say all that, but I wanted them some regular people just to understand where I'm coming from, and that you can't just ride through people's neighborhoods and harass them like that, like how they did me. They really profiled me. They searched me, like illegally searched me and everything. You know, like I said, I was just out walking. I wasn't committing no crime or doing nothing. So I found out a whole lot about just the way they can handle procedures, like things that I didn't even know. So, you know, but like I say, on a metaphysical level, now, since that happened, not talking to them is not even an option. Do I even see them? Like, they have to now exist to me. I'm getting to the point now where I don't even see them. They don't exist. Like, and that's really where you're gonna have to be. Like, make them not real. Think them out of existence. And that's where we at with it. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I don't know where y'all at. If you ain't never been in a concentration camp, maybe you don't feel me. If you ain't never been kidnapped from in front of your house, maybe you don't understand. And if you saying you should have just gave them your name, you should just, man, you should just do what you told, slave. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And like I said, it ain't over. Like Brother Polite said, ain't nothing they can do to give me back my time. So what? Suing them, what they gonna give me some money, and then what? Nah, I'd rather give this information out because they didn't want people to hear this. That's why they dismissed it. The judge told me, well, the only defense for giving a false name is not giving a false name, I guess, right? When I told him I was pleading not guilty, that's what he told me. After the prosecutor threatened to give me jail time if this had to go to trial. I'm gonna ask for jail time if we got to go to trial. They did everything they could try to scare me out of getting up in front of them people and presenting this information. They didn't even know what I was gonna say. I don't know how it happened. The cops, Officer Brumbaugh, didn't show up for court for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to face the question of why you stopped me in the first place, which is what the judge asked me when I got my bail hearing. That's the first thing he asked me when I got my bail. Before I even got to court, before I even got out of jail, he wanted to know why did they even stop you in the first place? For all y'all following laws, like they got to follow their own laws. That's the laws they vowed to protect and serve, and whatever. But yeah, rule number one, man, don't talk to them. That is your right. You don't have to talk to them. If they say, may I speak to you? Can I talk to you for a minute? They're asking for a reason. That's what the cop told me. You didn't have to volunteer all the information. We got the right to talk to you and stop and talk to you, but you didn't have to volunteer the information. I just said, thank you. All right, appreciate that. I didn't, my mind didn't think that. Like, for some reason, I fell for the, when I see a uniform, I say, okay, I have a responsibility to talk to these people like they some authority. They're not no authority. They don't have no authority over me. And like I said, I already knew that, but that shit didn't click like it was supposed to at that moment in time. Something told me to be cooperative. Some bullshit. I don't know where that came from. But I'll never listen to that voice again. Now I know to go with my first mind on everything like I should have, like I've been knew. I just gotta do what I knew. Y'all feel me? Yeah, man. Don't talk to them. They ask you, can you talk to them? If you want to say no, then say no and keep on walking. I ain't saying nothing. I don't even see them. If they get to the point where I in my face and they say something to me, I'm just gonna act like they don't know if you can understand English or if you can even hear. You gotta acknowledge them first. I'm just gonna keep walking like I don't even hear shit. Like I'm deaf, dumb, and blind to you. I don't see you, hear you, and I cannot speak to you. Walking. That's it. They told me. I done did all the research I need to do on that. I don't have to talk to y'all about nothing. And like I say, I ain't need no paper to tell me that. I already know, as a person, you don't have to talk to other people on the street if you don't want to. So because somebody put on a uniform and a little piece of metal on their chest, or is it a gun make you think you got to talk to them? Because anybody with niggas with guns who ain't police, you don't gotta talk to nobody you don't want to talk to. It's your mouth, it's your body. You do what you want to do, and follow that simple rule. It'll save you a lot of time and paperwork and for the records. Like all that, save that. Anyway, that's the PSA for today. Peace.